Hey there, welcome to LSEA Yoga. This is a short yoga flow for the shoulders, and you may need some props. So you may need a block if you have one, or a pillow or blanket, a bolster or a rolled up blanket, something that's going to help support you in a couple of the poses. So if you're ready, get on your mat and I'll meet you there. We'll begin in downward dog. So place your hands about shoulder width, feet about hip width apart, hips up to the sky so you're in an upside down V shape. Bend into the knees deeply. And then you're going to press the shoulders, or press the chest through the shoulders so that the torso is like a ski jump. This is a deep, deep stretch for the shoulders, the upper back, and the chest. Now, if that's too much, lower the knees to the ground, and you can do the same thing. Pressing the chest toward the ground. Maybe the chin is reaching forward or the forehead's on the ground. No pain, just a stretch. So you just want to feel that throughout the shoulder. Chest is stretching. Breathe into that. Can be intense, so if it's too much, back up out of it. Just breathe and lengthen. Now release that. Come on to hands and knees. And we'll just take a couple of cat-cows to loosen up the spine. So inhale, let the crown of the head and the tailbone lift. And then exhale, round the spine. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale. Last time like this, and then exhale. And sit back on the heels, maybe the knees go wide. Come into a child's pose. Arms are reaching out in front of you. Sink down, letting everything release. Now lift the head and we'll add a little bit of a side stretch into this. So let the hands come over toward the right and then lean into the left side waist. And your left armpit is working its way away from your right hip. So much of what bothers our shoulders is in the side waist and the back, and even the chest. Get long, deep breaths. Now let's walk that over to the other side. So hands go left, and this time lean into your right armpit. And then come on back to center. Now walk the hands up so you can sit back on the heels. Interlace the fingers behind your back and then stretch the arms long. Now your palms can be apart or pull them together, and you're going to stretch a different part of the shoulder depending on your hand position. So if you bring the palms together, you're going to get a little bit more into the chest. If you pull them apart, then you may be able to actually stretch a little bit more into the shoulder. Your choice. Just trying to open up the chest. Now release that, grab a hold of your knees and round the spine. Now come into a neutral spine and then sweep the arms out and up overhead. And then open them up, cactus arms, as the hands slowly move down, back down toward the ground. And then do that again. Inhale it up. And exhale, open. Hands float down. Inhale it up. This releases trapezoid muscles. Exhaling down. We're just going to do that a couple more times. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, open. Inhale. And exhale. Now come on forward onto hands and knees, and we will inhale, sweep the right arm out toward the right, and then as you exhale, thread the needle, bring it underneath, and then come all the way down so you're resting the side of your head on the ground. And you're going to pull your right shoulder over toward the right, stretching into that. And to increase the stretch, you can start to roll toward the right so that your left shoulder comes closer to the ground. Now we're getting into the outer shoulder. And then your next inhale, come on back to all fours, and we'll do the same thing other side. So inhale it, sweep the left hand out, and then exhale, thread the needle. Head comes down to the ground, hips are high to the sky. Pull your left shoulder over toward the left. Rolling, twisting toward the left to increase the stretch. And then come on back to all fours and just kind of sit back on the heels. Now here's where you're going to need a blanket or a bolster. If you've got a blanket, roll it up so it's in the shape of a bolster. So we're going to use this to lay down on. So we're going to do a twist. And the idea here is to actually stretch the shoulder, right? So that's what we're going for. You can do this flat on the ground if that feels good. Right, so you can just lay down, stretching into the shoulder. If you're a little more open, that may feel good. If that's too much, that's where you bring your bolster or your blanket in and just lay down on top of it. But you may want to move around so that your shoulder is getting that stretch. Right, so you may have to twist a little bit more toward the right if you're using that blanket or bolster. But you're looking for a nice opening right here in the front of the shoulder. So move your prop around as needed. If you don't have one, you may want to rest your hand or rest your head on your hand. So let that shoulder open. I do this every morning before I get out of bed. Because I'm a side sleeper, so my shoulders get crunched up, and this reverses that. Breathe into it. Close the eyes. Whatever shape you're in, doesn't matter, as long as you're feeling that stretch in the front of the shoulder and there's no pinching, no pain. Now slowly start to twist back toward the left, press the hands into the ground so you can come on up, and we'll switch sides. So walk the knees around so you can come on to the right hip this time. And we'll do the same thing. Just reclining down, using the bolster as needed. Stretch into the right shoulder this time. And each side can be different. It can be more open on one side than the other. So be mindful of that and adjust as needed. And you can work on your arm position too. I usually do kind of a cactus arm. You can bring it straight out. You can go up or down. You choose so that it feels like a nice opening for you. Press into the ground and come on back up. Move your blanket out of the way unless you're going to use it again for what we're about to do next, and this will be the last pose. We're going to do a supported fish pose. So you actually might need two, so maybe a pillow and a block or a bolster. And we're going to place the block, or if it's a rolled up towel or bolster, right about, if you're a woman, where a bra strap would go. Right the shoulder blade area. That's where you want that to go. And then have the other one ready to rest your head so that you're not hanging off the back and straining the neck. Legs can go long out in front of you, or you may want to put them in Baddha Konasana, bottoms of the feet together, knees out to the side. Let the arms just fall out to the sides. This is a supported fish pose. The idea here is that we're reversing all that crunching that happens when we're working at a desk or looking at our phones. All that slouching we do all day. Just slam the brakes and put that into reverse and open the chest. Open the shoulders. So much shoulder pain comes from that slouching. And the shoulder pain is caused by overextension in the backs of the shoulder. So when we're slouching, our front body muscles are crunched and contracted too much and too often. And when the front is contracted, the back is overstretched. So while it feels good to stretch those muscles, to reverse that and bend backwards actually reverses the problem, what's causing so much of the pain that we experience in our neck and shoulders. So breathe into this. If it feels too much of an arch in the back, lower whatever you have underneath there, the towel or the blanket or the block. No pain, just a nice gentle arch in the upper spine is what we're going for. So we'll finish the practice here, nice short flow. Let's close the eyes. Breathe into that. Stay here as long as you like. When you're ready, you're going to come out nice and easy. Bringing the legs closer together, pressing into the elbows onto the ground. Come up easy, press the hands, sit up straight, and in an easy cross-legged position, close the eyes. Let the spine come to neutral. And just feel that. Feel the opening in the shoulders that you created. Namaste.